Okay, so first of all, hope everyone enjoyed their long weekend. I was gone for an entire week, and so I had a very good break from the market, which kind of wasn't planned, but ended up happening that way. Um, I talked to a lot of people offside and seemed like there was a lot of chop, or if you weren't in certain stocks, you kind of got caught up in the chop. My best chart I could tell you is NVIDIA right now. I could show you the golden sweeps. Just if you start counting 1 million, 6 million, 7, 8, 10 million, 11, 12, 13 million, 14, you could keep going. I saw about 20 million. And the stuff that stood out to me is this is not on Friday. I looked at it, but I didn't pull the plug because it's up a lot, right? It's almost up 150 points. So I don't want to get into anything. The only stock that sympathy I like is Marvel, which I'll go in a second. But in my opinion, NVIDIA gaps up tomorrow. So it's going to be up, in my opinion, another 20 to 50. So I think it either opens at 1085 tomorrow at 1100. They've been buying that all Thursday, all Friday. I told you guys usually there's a dip. They're literally or didn't even touch the gap, which was around 1020. So I'm leaning into going higher. I've taught you guys about positive momentum. This is what it is. Looks amazing. Likely see 1100 and 1200 on NVIDIA. I think if NVIDIA is not too hot, like let's say it opens flat, I'm looking at 1085 and 1100 calls. The other play that I like, which is better, is Marvel. This is the play that I love a lot. I'm looking at June 19th calls, 85s are fine. Similar progression right here. And if you look at it, I want to show you a breakout. This is where it happened with high volume. We need to break this volume. And if we do tomorrow, so historically, short weeks are very bullish. However, this is different. We have end of month and everything's run up so much. I expect a dip. See, people were like, okay, May is a sell in May and go away. That didn't happen. We got a small dip and the market rallied. So in my opinion, you get a dip into end of this month, so we have to be very cautious. The only trade I like, I'm being serious, the only trade I like right now in the tech place that we usually play at is Marvel. I'm looking at solar. I told you guys I was working all weekend, so I'm looking at solar. I like that. So this one, I like 80, June 15th or June 19th calls. That's the OPEX. Those are the ones I'm watching. And that basically me telling you that this is what we're looking at, 85.57. Give me 1 second. Um, I have a message from someone for watch list meeting. I just want to make sure there's no error they're getting. Okay, so this is, in my opinion, my favorite play. Now I'm gonna quickly go over some of the plays that didn't work out last week, and I want to quickly talk about them. Um, Palantir, I had to cut this. I took a 65% loss on Palantir. I've cut it. I'm out of it. I'm still in this trade, didn't get a chance to get out, but this failed and my stop didn't go through because I didn't have the best reception. So I'm still holding this trade. Looking at a daily, this is not looking good at all. If this thing breaks this level right here, which it did the day before and it caught up. Now, I have June 19th, so I do have some time. I'm not telling you guys that I'm going to average down. If I do, I'll let you know. But I'm going to be watching how this plays out tomorrow. Small caps are taking a big beating. I want to watch this turn green tomorrow. That's what I'll be watching. See, we have time on this, and we didn't go too out the money on this. So it could work out, but I'll have to average down. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for it to come close. So I'm going to watch this tomorrow and let you guys know. But horrible chart, like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like they kept buying the dip right here, and then they failed, and it just started going. So I'm still in this position. The the next trade I'm looking at is, you guys know, like I would say that if you've known me long enough, you know I'm pretty good with catching falling nice. They're very hard to trade, but solar is in rotation right now and everything going except this here. I'm gonna go weekly. Let's see, it's at 20. Let's see where the 200 on this is. So I did not check this, by the way. So 114.40, it's a 200. Let's check 100 on this. So a little bit better. So I'm gonna move my stop up a little bit higher. So 115. This is gonna be my big watch. This is potential play of the week. It's missing one component of the play of the week, so it won't be called in that channel, and that is trend. The trend isn't down, it's not up, but it's basically sideways. If I show you the chart, this is what it looks like. This thing was $340. At the moment, it's sitting at 115. They have earnings in July 24th, so I'm gonna be picking around that time for this trade. So let me show you something. So I'm not like making this up, but look, there is an uptrend, but look at, you're still catching a fall knife, which is why it doesn't make it an A+ setup. So because it's down a lot. There's FSLR, I believe. That's for solar. Look at this. So now I want you to understand something. This is the same thing as any other stock. Just because this is going higher doesn't mean that has to go higher. But I need to look for flow tomorrow on this. I need to see what there's. I'm gonna be watching it. If this works, I'm gonna go back to ENPH. If this works, this could easily go. So what have we done with PDD? I don't know if you guys are still in the trade or not. I just keep rolling. I just keep rolling, and it's made me quite a bit of money now. Yes, I can mute everyone. Give me 1 second. Okay, done. Sorry about that. I should have done it before. So this is an upward channel. I love it. This is kind of like, I'll show you PDD so you can see it. We added this. I'm gonna around, I think 128-ish. So I'm gonna zoom out. So there's very likelihood, I think I told you guys that we see 200 this year. Finally went through right here. We got in at the right moment on this. ENPH do can do that. I'll tell you the best play of the year, which I'll tell you I fumbled on. Dell sitting at 160. I cut everything around 130 or 125. 140 is when the institution started selling, and this thing's at 160. The way this is going, this is probably the best trade of the year. After SMCI, this was the best trade we took this year. So here is a couple of things I want to talk about, which is like, I'm like, I need you guys to show up. So we got about 19 of you guys here, and I want you to listen very carefully. So I have a channel called, where is it? Where are you? Called Play of the Week, okay? This thing has an insane success rate, right? It's worked. So then my head, like I had some time to think about it because I've been back testing, and I don't like trading weeklies 1 week and they don't have, like, I'll give you an example, Lyft, Palantir. It's just so stressful. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. I would rather play Dell TFC than go play that stuff. Even if it's 20% profit, it's still better than going through the anxiety. So I've made a decision, and the decision is this, that even when I'm trading, let's say 2 weeks out or a month out, if it doesn't fill the play of the week criteria, I'm not taking the trade. So what you're going to notice effective immediately is trades will be less, but the quality will be a lot higher. I'm not saying it's gonna work like play of the week, but it's gonna go through the same thing. And the stops are going to be a lot tighter moving forward. That's the decision I've made. And some people might be like, why have I made that? Because I like consistency. I don't want to be inconsistent even making money. So I don't want to ever take a Palantir kind of trade or Lyft kind of, because I thought about it a lot. I'm like, it's not worth my time. And people that have joined, I don't think it's worth their time. If you guys wanted to play lottos, you guys be in different groups. I know why you guys are here. I know what you guys like about what I do. So why am I even taking high risk trades? I don't understand. And I couldn't answer myself. And I went through some of the most transformational training in the last 1 week. And I'm telling you, I spent close to $7,000 in that training, and it was well worth it for like 3 days. And it was very mindset driven. And one thing I'm like, what's the point of taking the high risk trade, even if it works sometimes? Don't you want something that works every single time based on back testing and numbers? So that's kind of where I'm gonna go to, which means that a lot of people in Discord might feel like, kind of I want more play, and they're more than welcome to cancel, because that's sort of like the path I'm taking, and they can reach out to me. With mentorship people, every single one of you guys came in for a transformation. You guys, and I didn't take you guys for a transaction, it was a transformation. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna work on. And that's kind of my goal moving forward, which is why I'm not going to continue like taking any more new members for Discord moving forward. I made the decision last week. You guys don't understand. I get about 10 DMs on when does the Discord open? I'm not opening it again. That's just the decision I made, because I need people that are dedicated, which is the mentorship group that I have, and I'm gonna focus on it. Whoever's on it, overall, if they cancel or they leave, then that's fine. I'm not gonna be adding. I thought you guys should know that I'm dedicating all my resources now on mentorship. That's pretty much flat and simple. And I'm gonna upgrade the quality of stuff. So I'm gonna be signing up for some high level data. If it's shareable, I can. If it's confusing, I won't. I can trim through the stuff that I know you guys will never like even look at, which is like the report at Goldman Sachs. I sent it and I got like 20 questions, because that stuff is very high level and macro and doesn't come down into like base level. So with that, let's move forward. So this is where SPX is sitting at. Told you guys I spent a lot of time sitting on this. So what's happening here, and I'm gonna go quiet for a second. I want you to look at this. I muted everyone, so you could type, what do you see here? I want to, because I've talked about this, and I want you guys to start using it. I'm gonna start using more visual stuff. So what are you guys seeing here? And what does that kind of like, and no wrong answers. Please tell me, what do you guys see here? Okay, so buyers, consolidation, decreasing volume. Yeah, you guys are all right. So basically what's happening here is, even though we're green, what it's telling you that the positive momentum's going down. And I'll see if I can show you something similar. So this is what ends up happening. When it goes down, it goes red. And in this situation, it was a fake out because it went back up. In this situation, we started going down. So see if I can find. So you have to watch for when you can actually get a downturn. So this is why I think we could see there's end of month selling, because the market's been up a lot. There hasn't been any sale, and people are getting high on crypto again. So this could be a big trap. I would love for us to go to 5,500, but I'm very careful now. I'm looking at sectors that are fresh now. So I'm not saying solar is fresh. Solar's been running for a while. I'm saying ENPH is fresh. That could run. Let's see. Let's run the flow through. So that's puts that came on 523. More puts, more puts. There's calls, but I need to see something big for me to take this trade. And this is going to be that. Another thing I was going to tell you. So what we're going to do is these changes are going to come through the week. we're gonna merge a couple of channels together. We're gonna merge large account with small account because it makes no sense to have them separate. So we're gonna merge them, and then people can decide if they want to take it or not. Like it doesn't like really. I've seen people miss out on trades because it's in large account. So we'll change that. And then if I'm trading earnings, specifically earnings, I'm gonna write out thesis or something close to that. Then I'll put in a different channel. That's if I am. That's something that I'm thinking. Apart from that, I am gonna do Zoom live, which I told you guys gonna do it. I could do Zoom or I could do Discord. You guys can tell me the feedback. We'll be picking one of the days. We'll be doing that for sure. You guys let me know if you're like, this is a short week and you guys don't want to do it because I know volume will be low. We could do it next week. Just if you can let me know if you guys want to do it this week or next. If we do it next week, then it's going to be on a Monday. Where basically all day I'm going to be Zoom. All day, I mean like first couple of hours, and I take a lunch break and then come back and I'll be live again. So it'll be okay. So let's do Monday next week all day, and I'll post it in the Zoom or in the meeting so people don't forget that it's happening. But so this is SPX. Let's look at QQQ. The same thing. We're gonna get exhaustion soon, in my opinion. This is IWM. Unreal. Like IWM has burnt more people than anyone I know. This is one of the hardest index to trade. Every time it looks like this is going to break out, it doesn't. And it's the same thing for it. I think so. So we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Friday is May 31st, end of month. A lot of stuff is expiring there. I think what we want to watch out for is what's happened in the past is we've seen a big sell off on Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday they buy the dip. If you guys remember, just watch the last Sunday watch list meeting. Everything happened exactly. I said there's pretty much zero chance NVIDIA doesn't beat, and we hit 1,000. Go check. I said that. The best trade or way to play that was Marvel. You can go check Marvel's up 6%. If anyone played 0 day, they'd be up about 150% on that. So I am working on something and I'm just gonna share this. I'm working on converting our Zoom conversations like this into a newsletter using AI. I'm gonna practice it a couple of times and see how it goes. And if it does work, we're gonna start. So what's gonna happen is Sunday, the watch list meeting get recorded. After that, a newsletter email goes to every single person. And then you can print it or you could do whatever you want. And that I think that would be really neat to go through because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't happen right away, but you have stuff to go over. Um, okay, making sure no one has any questions. So there's that. Let me open my watch list. So this is JWN, BA, SPG, all green, Amazon red. I saw a lot of calls. We'll go through Amazon. Meta, Apple, and Google did good. Amazon's running weak. We'll see why that's happening. CRM's red, Snow, TD. NVIDIA, AMD is popping back finally. Um, INTC, QQQ, I love Marvel. I think it's at a very good spot. Let's quickly look at coin. I think I went over this chart last week, so it did end up working out. Coin is at 239. I couldn't unfortunately trade anything because I was in the meeting the whole time. Um, let's look at Tesla for a second. We'll look at Amazon. So rumor is that they might try squeezing Tesla. Personally, this looks like if this breaks, so this line that we have is 100 moving average. Let me go see what this is. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this. I just draw the lines so visually, but it actually tells you what it's at. It's at the 100 moving is 185.08. That's what it is. We need to see a break of that. If that breaks, that's going to act as a support. So I would personally look at support. I'm going to tell you something how this works. Tesla has now become a counter trade. What that means is when the indexes start going down, you're going to see this start popping. So for instance, let's say you're a fund or you're an investor and end of the month, you might want to add this. So it shows up in the next, on a fresh month. July 1st, I believe. July 1st is a new quarter, so they might add for that as well. keep an eye on this. This stuff can fly. On that note, let's look at ARC. So ARC is under 100. Let's see if it's under 50. Let's see 200. So ARC, not the best name. ARC has Coin and Tesla as the top. That's why I'm looking at it. So they're all bear flags. Don't like it. It's a shitty chart. Let's look at Amazon. If you guys have a name, throw it here and I'll go over it. So Amazon, this 180 level is very strong, which is why I wanted to look at it. I want to see if we get a bounce on it tomorrow. So personally, we can look at calls on it tomorrow with a very tight stop. And I would look at June 19th on this, but it's hard trading Amazon. I don't know anyone why they would touch it for investment because it's been really struggling. I added Amazon at 135. Comments told everyone about it, like yelled it, screamed it, told you adding a large position. I think 240 is my goal. I mentioned it. Dell with earnings coming up this week. Snow, Shop, Mara. Yeah, okay. So I like Mara. And I believe I mentioned that on Sunday that so see Mara is one of those things that can be up and down 100 to 200%. So let's take this out for a second. Let's identify where this is 200. Let's look at where 100 on this is. So I would, if you're gonna trade it, Veerbal, I'm gonna use this as a, sorry. So we use 20, 54, and 20 as, I'm gonna add 22 because this thing moves pretty bad. Like I want you guys to know. So this would be my range on where I would cut it. In terms of the next supply zone, see, I tell you this, these stocks aren't technically sound. This is what you're looking for. This needs to break. So just that's kind of where, if I was to add it, 20 would be the spot I would add. So 2267 is roughly 10% a month out. That hits you getting about 150% on it. So that's Mara. The next one is Shop. I'm seeing a lot of flow on Shop. Looks really, really like people are trying to buy the dip. So again, I'm gonna ask you guys, what does this mean to you guys? So this is for Shop. Tell me what this means to you guys. So yeah, so Ori, the positive momentum, sorry, the negative momentum's going down. Usually, like if you look at it, this is what it comes down to. Like you look at all of them. So sometimes you're gonna get fake outs where it goes like this and then it goes right again. So we can't just rely on one thing, but this is a good way. So here's, I'll show you risk management on this. So this would be my stop, this 55, 56, make it 55. So that would be my stop. It's at 56.97, so that's not bad. But just know you're getting this end of the month. Do you know why it dropped so much? Sorry. Does anyone know? Let's quickly run the shop flow on shop. Hold on. 65, 719. This came in on 524. 65, 790. So they've been adding this essentially. I'll keep an eye on it. Let me put some alerts on it. I like this play. Let's do it at 56. This could be play of the week if we can get the flow on this. Um, so they had poor earnings, I'm guessing. So here's my rule, and you guys know this. if earnings are poor, it needs to do something like what Meta did, started going back up pretty fast. If it doesn't, then you don't see much movement in it. So keep an eye on it. I don't think it's a bad stock to buy, but for options, because bad earnings, like you got to be careful. So we went through shop. Let's go snow. So damn, I can see how some of you probably have a hard time trading in this last week. A lot of this stuff went down. So basically, and chips were the only thing. So they had, so the thing is, bad earnings, you gotta be very careful. When they have bad earnings, there's literally no investors, and sometimes they're just bag holding and they dump on you. Um, this is your stop if you're looking for calls. This is the earning gap up. So 152. Personally would stay away from it. 168, if see if it makes up for it. I wouldn't. A lot of you guys' name is, I don't know. So Dell, I remember I told you guys they were buying 180 June. Looks like this is going to 180. When is the earnings? May 30th. You could look at weeklies if you are like, okay, I want to try my luck at 170, but like the earnings are on Thursday. Everything is a gamble at this point. Uh, okay, Uber and Starbucks, then we're done. I liked Uber a lot, and I think what I'm trying to tell you guys, you're probably seeing there's a lot of profit taking happening right now. I'd be very, very careful to go into sectors that are going out of rotation. Uber could be one of them. This is where I would be looking to grabbing it, 200 moving average, 60, 71. That's where I would put my alert. Um, Damn, a lot of stuff looks pretty garbage. Like, looks, I'm serious, like really bad. So again, I don't know, maybe everything had earning, but everything, every name you guys are giving me is pretty bad. Like, so here is earning. And so this is, learning that this is the kind of move you want to see. Um, on earnings, like the recovery should be like this. If it's not, then the chances are I would take this as a breakout trade if I was you. I would wait for 80, 85 to break to enter. If you see buying the dip, it's not smart because it could just go test the bottom. So that's essentially it. With that, I'm out, and I'm genuinely, I hope you guys understand the point where I'm going to go through every single trade has to go through the A plus setup. And if it's missing a leg, so let's say the trend is down, I will let you know that this is what's missing, and that's how it's going to be. But with that, I'm going to be hyper focused and active this week and next for trading. There's going to be some key moves coming in. If we can catch the reversal, it's going to be money, but it needs to be very focused. There needs to be no hindsight. Let's just focus and kill the market. We've got 6 months left. Summer is usually a pretty good time, and we've got Gerald too. He goes by King. He's very talented trader in terms of SPX and futures. So he's gonna start doing callouts on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And when I bring someone, I only do when I do completely trust him. So you're gonna see a couple of callouts coming from him as well. And he only trades the index. So for people, if you are brand new and you start trading 0 days, it's not good. So what I need you to do is, if you're like, okay, you know what, this intrigues me, this interests me, paper trade it and see what he sees, because it's, you need the nerves of steel, what Will does every single day. If you don't have it, paper trade it and see how you feel. Don't just jump into trades randomly. With that, I'm out. Enjoy the last day of long weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll upload the recording shortly. Thank you.